Yes, Jody? Can you hear us? Okay, good. All right, good evening. I'd like to call the November 12th meeting of the Edison Public Library Board to order. Let the minutes reflect that it is 7:01 p.m. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
As required by the Open Public Meetings Act of 1975, adequate notice of this scheduled meeting has been provided to the public by notices given to the Home News Tribune, Star Ledger, and Sentinel, posted on the library bulletin boards and website, and given to the Township Clerk's office. Roll call, please.
Miss Mead,
Here.
Miss O'Neill,
Here.
Miss Pam, I think she's here.
Yeah, she's here, but can you hear?
Who's in control of the,
Yeah, I don't think the audio is working here. I don't think she can hear.
I can't hear it.
Can you hear?
I'm here.
Okay, you're here.
Mr. Romano,
Excused absence.
Miss Kraus,
here,
Mr. Di Pasquale. Here. Mr. Patel,
Here.
Miss Leary,
Excused absence.
and Miss Massey.
Here. All right, so we did not get copies of the agenda, so let me pull this up so that I follow it.
We're trying to be sustainable.
Yes, but you could have given me a heads up.
It's in the
Could have given
it's
me a
in the
heads up.
strategic plan.
Yeah, here we go. Okay. I know the first thing on the agenda is the minutes. Hopefully, everyone has had an opportunity to review them. The minutes of October 17th, 2024. Are there any questions or comments?
I move to approve the minutes.
All right, but before we do that, I would just like to say that the only thing that needs to be adjusted is that we did, in fact, have personnel committee meetings because we met for negotiations on a number of times. So, yes, we could approve the minutes if there are no further comments or corrections by unanimous consent with that one update. Okay, so now with my report, I'm very happy that the bids were open for the North Branch project on Thursday. But because they were only opened on Thursday, and we really have to do our due diligence and make sure everything is the way it should be, they are now on under attorney review, and we're not going to be able to vote on assigning or having a contract for setting up a contract. So we may have to have a special meeting at some point to do that. So I just want to make sure everybody is aware. All of this just came about today because of the holiday yesterday, which is why there's no opportunity to vote on anything tonight. I can report that when I attended one of the construction meetings at Maine in late October, I was really very impressed with the progress that they have made and that they continue to make. So if you haven't stopped by Maine, I would suggest, any of the trustees might be able to check out what has been done. I also volunteered at the Friends Book and Bake Sale, the recent one, and hope you had a chance to stop by. And I am very happy to announce that they're going to have a pop-up bake sale at Maine on November 23rd. And more information will be provided later on. And I do want to remind everybody that the 2024 Virtual Trustee Institute will be held this Saturday, and I hope you have registered to attend. And that's about it for my report. So now let's continue. Hopefully, everyone has had an opportunity to review the financial reports. Are there any questions or comments about the financial reports or balance sheet before we get to the bill list? Are there any questions on the bill list?
If I could just make some comment in regards to a question from last month that Chris was able to answer for me. On the first page, the ZZZ just enables this to run all the accounts. That's all it means. There's no other thing to it. It just means all the accounts get run instead of just choosing some accounts.
Okay.
I do have a
Yes.
request. From now on, if we're not going to be getting this on paper, can you turn the page? Because this is sort of hard to read sideways.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear a thing you said, Lisa.
So, if we're not going to be getting a hard copy of this, can you turn the page around when you save it so that we can see it? I don't see a way to turn this page around, and I'm trying to read this sideways.
Yeah, you would have to
is
download it
very-
and then, yeah.
All right, we
Yeah,
will
it's-
try to, well, we haven't been doing paper of
Open
this in a
with-
while, but I will try to do that because you have a landscape, 2 landscape pages, and everything else is portrait. So we'll figure something out. You got
Yeah, the only solution right now is to download it and then
everything
you can
needs to be
adjust it.
downloaded separately.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay, we can.
all right.
Okay, any other questions or comments about the bill list? All right, hearing none, do we have a motion to approve the bill list dated November 9th?
Motion.
Okay, do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any additional comments? All right, roll call vote, please.
Ms. Mead,
Yes.
Ms. O'Neill,
Yes.
Ms. Pam,
Yes.
Ms. Kraus,
Yes.
Mr. Di Pasquale,
Yes.
Mr. Patel,
Yes.
and Ms. Massey.
Yes,
Motion carries.
thank you. All right, now we are at the director's report.
The director's report. I would say mostly what we have been working on the last couple of weeks are all the construction projects. You've already heard Ms. Massey talk about the main library. It's make the second floor is making a good progress. We are still on target for it to be completed somewhere around December 15th. And so I hope that we will have this year's holiday party on the second floor on December 20th, which would give all the board members a chance to view the new second floor. We are now working on the spackling, painting, the lighting is coming in this week. They're working on the computer cabling, recabling. The carpeting is expecting to go down the first week in December. And that is pretty much the last thing to be done. Once the carpeting is put down on the basically the empty side is the best way to put it of the floor plan, we've been told we can start to bring up the shelving. So that gives us about an extra week to get the second floor up and running. So once they'll be working pretty much on the right side as we work on the left side. So that was good news. Ms. Massey already mentioned the bids were opened on Thursday. for North Edison branch. We're really excited, and we'll wait to hear attorney review so we can move forward. We haven't set a date yet for the special meeting. Once that's all done, we'll have a better idea of when that's going to go. Clara Barton branch took a little while, but Ballesta finally finished the front patio project, which includes the flagpole. It looks really, really nice right at the entrance. So hopefully that will bring people into the branch thinking that is definitely a municipal building. We are getting, I would say, probably, what's the difference between many and loads? I don't know. We are getting many requests for the bookmobile and the Sprinter from schools, daycare centers, and Care One. So as we begin our January, February, March schedule, we'll be adding more stops, mainly with the Sprinter. We expect to have a logo meeting for the project, and I believe it's, got to check the date on that. So that will get our consultants to talk to the focus group to work a little further on the rebranding project. So we've been holding off on some new flyers and things so we can get the rebranding. No staff changes, and the only grant that we received was our grant from the New Jersey Council on the Humanities, which is to fund our Clara Barton project to look at how we can better serve the neighborhood. So that's pretty much it in summary. It was interesting with school out this past week. Not every parent goes to Florida with their kids. I will tell you, the main library, particularly on Monday and Tuesday of last week, were absolutely packed. And so we are still the only entertainment in town and the place where parents bring their children, not only for education and recreation, but when school's closed, we're the other educational center that they want to bring their kids to. So pretty much that's about it. I sat in on the 2 meetings of the union library board negotiations for the new contracts. We're currently working on the proposed budget, so we probably will need a finance committee meeting between now and the December board meeting, so that we can maybe get the proposed budget out way before the board packet, and we can vote on it in December. And we're working on the meeting dates for next year, so the board could approve that as well as the December meeting. So that's about it from myself. Deborah is not here. She's under the weather this evening, but she did prepare her lengthy report. Her reports summarize not only what she does, but she tries to give you a snippet. Most of the professional and paraprofessional staff all do reports for us each month, and she pulls snippets out of all of their reports. It kind of gives you a snapshot of all the things going on in the library. So that's my report. I welcome any questions that anyone has about anything I mentioned or something I forgot.
Thank you. Are there any questions for Alan? All right, well, thank you.
I have a difficulty in hearing.
Oh, yes, sorry, I did not see Jody.
I'm having difficulty hearing Alan's speak when he's talking. Is there audio? Any issues with that? Very low voice. I rarely.
Yeah, your microphone is a little low, maybe.
Is that better?
That's a lot better.
I'll put it closer to me.
Is that better?
Little better. It's still low, but it's better than before. I could not hear anything before. So it's, we'll see when he speaks next time. I have no problem hearing from this side of the table.
Okay, thank you. No questions. Okay. All right, let's move on. We have committee reports. As Alan mentioned, the focus this month was on the construction projects and on union negotiations. So really, the only committee that did meet was the Personnel Committee, and they met several times for negotiations. And that is it in terms of the committee reports. And I do not think we have anything to report on the shared services agreement. All I can report is what I had, I think, mentioned last month, was that at the Trustee Institute, there will be a session on shared services agreements. And it's almost as the same as what the mayor had said a few months ago, that if you ask 5 different townships what they do, you'll get 5 different answers. So that's what we are finding. But it is very, very interesting to get more information on that. Now, under new business, we are not approving the bid received. We're tabling that since it's under attorney review. And I think even though it's under new business, we don't have to table it. It's just we're not taking action. Okay. We do, however, have a resolution to approve the contract with Mark Burkowski and Associates. You may remember that Mark Burkowski and his company was approved as our owner representative and overall overseer of the North Branch project, and that contract took him through the bid process. And now that we're going to be, moving from the bid process to actual construction, I strongly feel that we should continue to have him as the owner's rep for that project. So do we have a motion to?
I have a question first.
Sure.
How long is the contract for? Is
Oh.
it 28,000 for the length of the project? or
It's
is-
the length of the project. That's what I saw in the contract, where it was at least for 13 months for the length of the project once it gets started.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure it wasn't a monthly cost.
Oh, no. No.
You never know.
Any other questions?
You never know.
No.
You're
But I
absolutely
think
right.
it was specified in there. Any other questions about that contract? Do we have a motion?
I move we approve the contract for $28,000.
Okay, do we have a second? Second. All right, thank you. Are there any other questions or comments? All right, hearing none, could we have a roll call vote, please?
Ms. Mead,
Yes.
Ms. O'Neill,
Yes?
Ms. Pam,
Yes.
Ms. Kraus,
Yes.
Mr. Di Pasquale? Yes. Mr. Patel?
Yes.
Ms. Massey?
Yes,
Motion carries.
thank you. All right. And then I heard you before mention something about the holiday party, and that's
yes.
on the agenda.
Since we are expecting that the second floor will be completed around the 15th, we thought we would like to hold the staff and holiday party on the 20th on the new second floor. Probably will not be open to the public yet. And so it'll give the board a good opportunity to see this and also to celebrate the completion of all the hard work that the board has done in making it happen.
Oh, that's,
So
that's a nice idea.
I know, I know it always, there's always conflict, so
Yeah.
all we can do is do our best. So we're open till 6, but upstairs would not be open yet, so we will probably start, people could start to come at 5:30, whatever works, like 5:30 to 8, and we'll have an open house next door, upstairs.
Excellent. All right. That sounds good. We can hopefully all attend. That would be excellent. All right. Do we have any public comment at this time? Yes, please.
Let's see if I can figure this out today. Oh, yeah, all right then. Good evening. My name is Sarah Nasser, and I'm the president of the Friends of the Edison Public Library. As Pat mentioned, we had our bake sale and our book sale on October 25th and 26th. We raised $1,049, and many thanks to Pat and Alan and Michael and Tyler and John and Caitlin from the library staff, and came together with our teen volunteers as well as our friends volunteers to put this out. It was a lot of people coming into the library just for the baked goods as well as the book sale, so it was really nice to see everyone come together and, for the love of books. As we continue to grow within the Friends organization, we're going to continue to have more of these fundraisers, and we do have a pop-up bake sale that's going to be happening on Saturday, November 23rd at the main library. And the reason why we're calling it a pop-up is because we didn't plan this when we had the original bake sale, but we found a lot of people were interested in a lot of the baked goods that came through, so we wanted to do, and we had a lot of volunteers that wanted to bake that didn't get a chance to from October. So we will have quite an array of baked goods on November 23rd, so come out and support us for that. In general, we're trying to, like I said, increase the scope of our organization, and we want to hear from you in terms of what you think we should do with all of these funds that we have been raising for the last year. I know that we started the 1,000 books under kindergarten, or before kindergarten, that has kicked off with the library. We're looking forward to seeing that being implemented by the end of the year, hopefully. And then after that, we're not really sure how we want to use these funds and what kind of projects that we want to do, because we want to hear from the public, and we want to hear from the board as well as what you think we should be supporting as we move forward. So if there are any recommendations here, Jyoti, I have heard about the yoga, the senior programs that we have, and I did see that Claire Barton actually has chair yoga that they are doing for seniors, so that was a nice thing that was coming through.
That's right. I think there's chair yoga and Tai Chi, right, at Maine?
Chair yoga and Tai Chi, yep.
Yes, so whether it's seniors programs or whether it is, young adults or children's, we're looking forward to kind of understanding what the needs are and better implementing as we go forward. Any questions?
No, but thank you.
All right, well, hopefully you guys can come out November 23rd. It is from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. That 4 p.m. might be a little, if we run out of baked goods before 4 p.m., sorry. But it'll definitely be there starting at 10 a.m. All right, well,
Oh, that's good to know. Thank you.
thank you. All right.
All right. And let's see, now we have, excuse me. We have announcements. Now, Margot is not here, our council liaison. However, she is attending a Veterans Day program, which is a veterans event tonight. So I did promise that I would give everyone her best wishes and wishes for a happy Thanksgiving. And she also wanted to make sure that everybody knows that tomorrow's council meeting on the agenda, it includes voting on the ordinances about cutting down public speaking time and rules of decorum. She will be voting against these ordinances, and that is what she wanted me to report. Our mayor's rep was not able to attend tonight, so there's no report there. And our superintendent's rep unfortunately had a Board of Education meeting that I guess was not originally scheduled, so it wound up being a conflict. I did promise Maria Orchid that I would announce what they are doing, and that is creating their bylaws. They collected a box full of donations for the Hands of Hope, and their next meeting will be with Dr. Aldarelli on December 3rd at 7:15 p.m. So does anyone else have any other announcements? I think we all want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving, and that we all be kind to ourselves and one another. But if we have nothing else on the agenda, I think, do we have, our next regular meeting will be December 10th at 7 p.m. at Council Chambers. That's what it is right now. And then, as I said before, we may wind up needing a special meeting. But do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
All right, do we have a second? All right, all those in favor? Aye. All right, our meeting is adjourned at 7:27 p.m. All right, good night, everybody.
Good night.